Belton the Cabbage Patch Doll smelled like this lipstick. Hey guys, welcome back. So got Friday Favorites and Fooeys for you today, and kind of a hodgepodge of favorites again this week, but I definitely have a standout cheek combo favorite that I loved this week and a super duper standout lip favorite, and it's what I'm wearing right now. And I absolutely love it. So yeah, got some fun favorites, so let's get to it. For eyes this week, I played with this palette quite a bit and really enjoyed it. I've had this for a little while, but really hadn't like dived into it and really fallen in love with it until this week, but I really love this palette. Like, this is one of my favorites from Colourpop, I think, now that I've kind of played with it more. This is the Give It To Me Straight palette by Colourpop. So this is what the outside looks like. I don't remember what made me get this. I think they had like a free shipping code or something like that, because I think this was the only thing that I ordered in this specific order. But I'd thought about it when it first came out, but I just wasn't sure because it looked like it was going to be pretty dark, but it really is pretty balanced. Like, there are definitely some dark shades, but there are quite a few light shades too, but it's beautiful. Like, these shimmery shades are just really beautiful and metallic, and it's one of those palettes that's just kind of easy. Like, not kind of easy, really easy. Like, you've got some good transition shades. It's pretty much, you know, pick a transition shade, pick a pretty metallic-y out of those options, use one of the dark shades for your outer corner, and you've got a lot of eye look options there, like different ones. You can go with like coppery, you can go with bronzy, you can go with like a lighter golden-y. So really, really fun. The mattes blend very easily. Like, they are just a great formula. Super blendable, pigmented without being too pigmented. Not like they're not pigmented enough. They're just perfect amount of pigmentation. Like I said, the metallics, I mean, super duper beautiful and metallic-y. Love it. Like, so impressed with it. Every time I wore it, I just thought, this is great. And it was just one of those palettes that was just easy. You know what I mean? Like, you can just get it, and like I already went through all the things. Get yourself a transition shade, get yourself one of the metallics, use one of the darker shades, and you're all done. Like, just easy peasy, really nice quality, all in one palette, affordable, nice and compact. I love it. I did receive a beautiful package from Pixi this week that made me so happy, with a bunch of their new releases in there. So I started kind of playing around with some of that stuff this week, but I'm gonna do a whole video on those products. But I did want to mention this because this was something that I went out and purchased separately, and I wore it a couple times this week, and I definitely already have some thoughts on it. Of course, I have the box to show you. This is what the box looks like. This is the Pixi by Petra Liquid Fairy Lights, and I got the shade Bare Brilliance. So I do have this on my lids today, and it kind of like went all over my lids. Like, I was intending to kind of just concentrate on the middle, like inner half, but once I kind of started blending, I was like, oh, okay, we're just gonna go all over the lid. That's what we're gonna do. So it's all over my lid, but it's really, really pretty. This is the taupey option. I think there were like 5 different colors. There's a light gold, there's a very kind of icy white multi-dimensional one, there's a rose gold, there's a more coppery color, but I went with the kind of taupey light bronze color, and it is super shimmery and really, really pretty. And it does have a strong base to it, so it definitely does have some color. So I do have stuff under it, but I really didn't need to do that. Like, you can just, you know, put something in your crease and then just put this on your lid. This one has enough color to it. I think some of the other ones are a little bit more sheer in their like base color and more just shimmery, but this one has a nice base to it plus the shimmer. So it is, I mean, it is shimmery, and it's not really that tiny of shimmer. So you really have to like glitter shimmer to like this product, but I like it. I think it's fun. It's a silver shimmer. As far as fallout on my face, what I noticed, which I've noticed this about, you know, liquid shadows in general that have shimmer in them, when I layered it on itself, like once it kind of got tacky and or dry and I put another layer on it, I definitely noticed more fallout. Like, I did that more on this side, and I do have more fallout on this side. I do have a couple little glitter particles on this side, but not as many on this side. So I think that's kind of a little tip with it. Like, pretty much just put the one layer on it get it on there and then don't keep layering it on top of itself because you can have more fallout that way. But I kind of feel like when you play with a shimmery shadow on your lid, either loose or pressed or liquid, you're gonna get a little bit on your face. So I do notice some with this, but it doesn't really bother me. But that's just an FYI because I know that some people hate that. So that's just an FYI. I do notice some on my face, but I think it's just shimmery and fun and happy, and shimmery glittery shadows just make me smile. I do think that these they're definitely on the higher side of drugstore makeup. So you can get this at Target and I think it was $15. So I would love it even more if it were like 8 to 10, somewhere in that range, but it's still really good. So super cute. I like the packaging to it. Really pretty shadow. Tried out a couple of goodies from Octoly this week. One I really, really like, and one I'm kind of on the fence about. Like, I like it, but I'm not jumping up and down excited about it. So I'll start with that one. This is Kiko Milano Free Soul Lipstick. First off, I love the packaging. I think this is super cute, very spring, summery, and happy. The actual lipstick itself is super duper cute. Just really pretty presentation. So I like the packaging a lot on it. This is the Free Soul Lipstick in 04 Risotto. So that's what the bottom looks like. This is what the lipstick looks like. So it looks very matte. Like when you look at it in the actual lipstick bullet, it looks very, very matte. But then when you swatch it, it is matte, but it has a little, like almost a satiny sheen, but not quite. It's overall matte, barely poking its toe into a satin lipstick finish. So this is what it looks like. This smells good. It smells like a Cabbage Patch doll. Like exactly like a Cabbage Patch doll to me. Did you ever used to smell your Cabbage Patch dolls' heads? Like they always smelled, I think they were supposed to smell like a baby or something like that. I don't know, but mine's name was Belton and this is what he smelled like. Belton, the Cabbage Patch doll, smelled like this lipstick. So I like the smell of it. And as far as the formula of it, why I'm kind of on the fence about it, well, this color right here, I was hoping it would kind of be, I don't even know, maybe a little bit more on the red side. These colors right here, I feel like I should like them because I think these colors are really pretty with blue eyes. They're a nice contrast. But this sort of a bright corally color, I feel, I don't want to use the word uncomfortable in it because I don't feel uncomfortable, but it's a little bit outside of my comfort zone because it's a very bright corally shade. And also I noticed with this, I could definitely see kind of a line on my lips of anywhere that there was hydration, like on the inner part of my lips, it really did not adhere to that at all. So you can kind of see that line of there, not there with a lipstick, which I don't normally experience with a matte lipstick. So I did notice that a little bit with this, but I don't know if it's more so the color or what. So if you've tried these specifically, let me know because normally I love matte lipsticks. So I want to play around with it more and see like maybe I had just used a super hydrating lip balm that day and it was kind of like mixing with that. I hadn't used it right before I put it on, but maybe earlier in the day or I don't know. I need to test this one more, but love the packaging on it. Love the Cabbage Patch doll smell. But then the thing that I really, really like is this. Is the Kiko Milano Free Soul Blush. So this one is more kind of tealy, turquoisey, and then this one was more like, you know, corally. So yeah, more turquoisey to it. I feel like I'm having a hard time saying the word turquoisey. Turquoisey. So this one's more on the turquoisey side for the packaging. And then the actual palette itself, the little blush palette, is so cute. Just the packaging on this is adorable. And I've gotten other things from Kiko Milano through Octoly, and their packaging is always really pretty. So same with this, beautiful packaging. It almost looks like a pillow or something, I don't know, mermaidy or something like that. It's just really pretty. So this is a cream blush, and this is in 02 Coral Vibes. So it's basically got two sides to it. It's got a nice mirror on it. So it's got the blush side, and then this is supposed to be like a highlighter kind of a side. And this one feels more creamy, and this one feels a little bit more pressed, and it's not dry, but it feels less creamy than this side over here. So you've got the deeper side, and then you've got the lighter side. So I do have this on, but I have something layered over it, so you're kind of like, you know, seeing both things. but this is really nice and creamy, very pigmented. I used a small stipple brush from e.l.f. to apply this, and I was amazed at how much pigmentation this had. Really, really pretty on the face. Like, it just builds on itself so nicely. It gives that flush of color. For spring, I think this is just so fun. I do feel like this is a unique color because it's very tangerine-y, you know? It's like that, it's less red, less pink, and more just orange, but in a wearable, fun way. It's still a statement cheek because it's that tangerine color, but I just really like it. So I would put this on first and then layer this on top of it. Let me kind of swirl them together to kind of let you see what they look like swirled. They're really, really pretty. That's what they look like right there. So what I did find with these is, which I find a lot of times with cream blushes for my skin type, I'm kind of more normal, but I do get a little bit oily on my cheeks, so it kind of breaks down products there. So I did notice this by itself did fade a little bit throughout the day. So typically when I wear a cream blush, I do layer it with something else. So I found that they worked better layered with something because it really gives that powder blush something to adhere to. So it's kind of a great magic combo. So I found that I like to layer this, but I wish I had a blush that really matched this color really well because that's so fun. I love the color of it. But today I layered something really bright and pink over it, which really doesn't go with it. But by itself, I think it's a beautiful color. But like I said, longevity-wise, I like to layer it with a powder over it. Super bright blush that I'm wearing is this one. I got this in my BoxyCharm box this month, and I was kind of on the fence about it when I first got it. Still not a huge fan of the packaging because it does feel kind of cheapy. This is the Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush in number 111 Prim Vixen. So I like the look of the packaging, but it just feels a little bit cheap, but that's not like a make it or break it. But I was a little bit on the fence about this and not, I was excited about it because it's blush and I love getting blush in subscription boxes, but the color I was like, I don't know how much use I'm gonna get out of this, but hey, I'm excited I got a blush. But now that I've worn it more, I really, really like this blush and I'm glad that I got a bright one. I think it's just fun. It's just a fun blush. So I do have this on right now and I have it layered with a highlighter I'm about to mention to you that is like the magic combo. They are just made for each other. But this blush is so bright and fun. I'm gonna swatch it twice so you can see it by itself and then you can kind of see it, well, you're seeing it layered with my highlight already on my face, but I'll show you in a swatch too. It's just super bright, super fun, and it has a little bit like, it really is more matte, but it's like as you blend it onto your skin, more of a really soft, satiny sheen sort of comes out in it. Like I can almost see it on my fingers. It's just pretty, like it just kind of catches the light and has this really fun like statement effect on the cheeks. I mean, clearly this is a bright blush. So for my fair complexion, this is a statement. Like this is a statement cheek situation, but I love it. And the more that I've used it, I like the way it blends. I like the way it wears. It keeps its vibrancy. And it's just a good time. It's just a fun, good time. Now for the highlighter. The highlighter is this one from Wet n Wild from their spring collection. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in White Raven. So this is one that has the little skull design in it, which I think is a fun detail. And this is just stinking amazing. I mean, stinking amazing, right? It's like a purpley pink, duochromy, icy, amazing situation. So I'm gonna swatch it by itself and then I'm gonna put it slightly over this blush so you can kind of see them together. Oh my gosh, they just go so well together. The highlighter like brings out the sheen and the blush and together they make this like purpley pink, duochromy, blushy situation. But is that not amazing by itself? Oh my gosh, it's an icy color with a really strong lavender purple shift to it with a slight pink tint to it also. It is just so fun. If you like that kind of 80s mermaid fairy sort of look, I think you would love this blush, love the highlighter, but pair them together because they're like perfectly matched and they just make this really fun statement cheek. For lips this week, I have one mega standout favorite, and it's this right here. This is from the Merle Norman Spring Collection. This is the Lip Pencil Plus in Sweet Marmalade. So I'd swatched it and I thought it was really pretty, but it was one of those, I thought it was pretty, but I didn't realize how pretty and amazing it was until I put it on my lips. Once I put it on my lips for date night, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this pencil. I love the look of it. I love the pairing of the two sides together. I love the formula. It's very comfortable. Let me show you swatches. So there is the liner side that is the darker color, a darker color, and it's kind of a deep, almost like a purpley brown sort of a color. So that's the liner side, and then there's the color side, and the color side to this one is kind of a neutral, like a neutral nude sort of a shade. But oh my goodness, together, it just makes this dimensional, beautiful, metallic-y, but still very wearable looking lip. And I love these kind of products. I mean, really the only negative is that you have to sharpen it. Like that's kind of a little bit of a bummer deal, but I just love it. I love these kind of products. And I think part of the reason I love these kind of double-sided pencil products specifically is my very first job was at Walgreens. I always wanted to work in the cosmetics section, and Revlon at the time had double-sided pencils like this. And there was one that I loved so much. I went through multiple pencils of it. I just kept using it, and then they discontinued them. But I have so many memories of being at Walgreens and having my Revlon double-sided lip pencil, and it was just so pretty. It was so neutral. It went with everything. So a little bit of it is like nostalgia. It reminds me of that. But I'm just super impressed with the color, the formula. I want to try more of these pencils. I've tried one other one, I think, that they've sent me before, but this one I just super love. So I want to go into a boutique and try on some other colors because this is so good. It's so fun. All right, guys, so those are all my favorites for this week. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please do a thumbs up if you did, and let me know down below what you were loving this week or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.